Hi, morning everyone. Today is the first session that the new Huttons has gathered our three very promising key leaders, Geow, Stuart, Chng, Rex Stunt. What is the purpose of these sessions, which is going to be on a monthly basis? I felt the need that besides doing well with team, we like to share with the outside public that what can we do more. And if there's any issue or matter very pertinent, very relevant in the market, these three leaders, which are very successful, Geow being almost as old as Huttons. Huttons is 20 years old. He's with the company for 19 years. And he's only 40 years old. So probably his first career. Stuart Chng, which is 38 years old, have been in industry for the last 15 years. Is a new member to the new Huttons. Rex, of course, the most productive division in Huttons, 35 years old, and in the industry for 15 years. What makes these three gentlemen different from each other? I'm sure, in all companies, it is the people that makes the difference and dictate the culture. Likewise for myself, being 1 year in Huttons, many changes, many new ideas has been brought forward that has made Huttons where it is today. We are growing fast and furious, that the market has recognized us as one of the challenger. But we are not here to dictate. We are here to help to manage a balance in today's industry. Maybe I would like to start off by Kevin. You are more or less like a founder with us. What makes you relevant and different in today's market as a leader, your leadership style?
Oh, thank you. Okay, good morning everyone. My name is Geow. So I think for being a leader with Huttons for the last, 19 years itself, it's really a very long journey. So some of the things that if I were to summarize, it's my belief in the business itself. So I think first thing first is to help agents be able to sell effectively. So one of my key strategies that I always apply is you have to always be creative in sales and marketing. So it comes in two parts. Number one will be you need to be both scientific and also artistic. So scientific meaning you need to be able to read, interpret charts, read data, and eventually apply them so that you can advise or prospect effectively and also professionally, that then they can make the correct decision. So artistic is the other part, which is the intangible part. Developers, sellers, they will always try to make their product nice, and also they have a lot of hidden selling factors where agents really need to comprehend and feel the emotional package of this entire product, so that when you are selling this product to another prospect, it makes more sense that people can really feel the lifestyle and really be emotionally attached to it. I think that's the two things, and this is what I always believe in. So that's one part. The second part will be also the part where you have to always be thinking out of the box. So especially like this period itself, some of the things that we have developed over this period will be, number one, the project dialogue. So project dialogue is the part where we interview experts, because right now we have so many products. Agents are fed with a lot of information, and I'm a strong believer of infotainment, whereby information must be delivered to our audience, our agent salesperson, in a very effective and fun manner. So project dialogue, basically it's about reciting the selling points again, the challenges again, but for the agents to receive it effectively, it has to be fun and entertaining. So project dialogue is where I will ask experts, like a dialogue sessions. And we try to make it as short as 20 minutes per project itself. Then of course, on top of that, we came out with another one, which is the project tutorial clips. So this project tutorial clips is also a part where the aim is basically within the 20 minutes short video. So I will be sharing my effective selling angles on that project. So agents, when they read this video itself, they are able to learn this selling approach effectively within 20 minutes. So they don't have to go through the entire fact sheets, brochure to relearn everything. So within that 20 minutes, it gives a summary to them. So I'm trying to shortcut everything. So these are some of the new, innovative, creative solutions I'm trying to put in.
I think what we just heard from him in a short, succinct couple of minutes is about learning, the journey of learning, the journey of teaching, inculcating a habit of content, relevant content. I'm not sure on Stuart's side. Stuart, you have been a very known leader in training, but how do you cascade this to the new resi, the new agents that join you, and also the agents that are already in the market? How do you cultivate your style in instilling this downwards?
Good question. So a little bit like Kevin. Kevin's point is very, very true. Bite size. I think I hear some things bite size, kind of an instant noodle kind of style. At least straight away you know how to sell this project or this concept in a quick number of minutes. So over the years I've been training, and since actually 2010, about 2010 I've been seriously training my team. I've done a lot of things wrong. Wrong by the sense that I try to deliver too much content within too short a period, and overkill lah, we call it lah. Yeah, because I thought, these are all very important. Yeah. So over time I also realized that people do not wish to have so much data. They wish to just have the key insights. So I have to distill it down. So the way I do it is according to my style of slide decks. I make it in a story mode. I make it fun as far as possible with cartoons, so that it's visually entertaining, hopefully. And then coming up with just one simple idea in each slide deck and one simple narration for each slide. So as short as possible. So in 20 to 30 slides, we can deliver the whole concept of whether you should be doing this or not. So it's for myself, I do a lot of concept selling. Yeah, because once you understand the concept, you can distill it down to your agents, and there are just a few permutations, because there are only a few types of buyers: first-time home buyers, upgraders, second property investors, multiple property investors, maybe a foreign buyer. That's about it. Yeah, so you can always have a slide deck to cater to different types of segments.
So you are putting more, the element of fun, excitement into training, so that people attention span, so to speak, when people sit in the class to hear you talk, normally the attention span is about 30 minutes or so. So you are going to condense this in relevant deck, and how you execute it down. I believe that kind of style must be, you yourself must be a very fun person there.
No, I like things simple nowadays. That's why.
Rex, you are the youngest, 35 years old.
Yeah. I categorize into maybe 3 P's. I would say pairing mentorship. I think one important thing about helping leaders or even helping new agents or experienced agents that are joining us, I think pairing of mentorship, you need to find the right mentor. Having a right mentor to you, it actually helps you to grow better, because you can copy, you can mimic, or you can actually follow shamelessly on what the mentor do to attain what he has attained. So I think pairing of mentorship is important. That's the first P. The second one, I think, would be personal development. I think years after years, especially we get lethargic, especially in real estate, because we are doing the same thing. So having a personal development actually helps agents in terms of like getting interested in real estate again, and value adding. So the personal development comes into 2 portions. Onto the leaders portion, I have my personal development to continue to pass down the good nutrients to my agents, and agents having their own personal development so that they can become a better salesperson for their clients. The last P would be personal touch. I think as a leaders, we need a lot of personal touch to our clients, to our agents as well, because this is still a service business. We cannot be lacking of personal touch. Right. So we send cakes to our agents, we send them personal message, birthday message. So I think all these things is one of the key criteria to keep the bonding within the team strong, and the bonding between your clients on future referrals.
Very well said. The 3 gentlemen, in fact, said something that is a very motherhood statement. In fact, I think all our competitors will say the same things, trainings, IT. But there's one thing that is very different. Why these three gentlemen are chosen to represent being in the HQ Council, alongside with the support of the other 5 key leaders, Peggy, Mary, William, Jay, and Gary. Now, it's the personality, the charisma. Now, we all know what we need to do, but it's the method of how we execute with our staff. My name is Mark Yip, the new CEO of Huttons. I've been here for a year. What was my style then, before I come to Huttons? Authoritative, dictative, must get it done, or not, out you go. But for the past 1 year, what is my style now? Consultative, listen to the ground, majority vote, be authentic, be sincere, help each other. We are in a human capital business. If you look at how Kevin has articulated, how he conduct training, it's very methodical, and how Stuart put it across to you. He using succinct, fun element to cascade and to help in your learning path. And the youngest being of all of us, I being the oldest, he did it in a very different way. He appeared very down to earth, very sincere, very engaging. Now, in today's environment, it's all about engagement. We are in a very competitive, we are growing, but we are not there yet. But yet, the difference in Huttons make us special. There comes the next question. I want you to answer with your heart. What makes Huttons different from others? I'm sure in your 20 years, in your 19 years, in your 15 years career, you are new to us, couple of months old. You have been with us for almost 8 years.
Yep,
Thereabout. You've been with us for 19 years. Why have you decided to stay in Huttons? I'm sure during your low period, you may move out thinking hard. For you, there's so many agencies, big and small. Why do you decide to join this family? And for Rex, they are one of the more promising. I'm sure there are many eager hawk eyeing on you. Why have you decided to stay put with us and grow this family to the next era? Maybe this time round, I might start with Stuart. Why you want to join us?
Because of you.
No, come on. One swallow don't make a summer. It is the whole Huttons that brought everybody together.
Sure.
I'm just a key, small little guy.
Yeah.
Okay, but thank you for the compliments. But what are the reasons that you decide to pick on Huttons?
Yeah, so as you have said, there are a lot of choices in the market. So before my team, and I represent the guys to say this, before we decided on Huttons, we went around, of course, talking to a lot of people, doing our due diligence. There are a lot of stakeholders in the team with different preferences, different needs, from opportunities as ICs, team leaders, trainers, to projects. On the retail side, we are pretty strong, and I think that's quite a known thing. So we are looking for a place that could give us all these opportunities as much as possible for the guys. At the same time, there must be alignment in the way things are done. Philosophically, the culture must be good. And so far, so we had a checklist. Unknown to everybody else, of course, we have a checklist. This one cannot. This guy can we trust? This fella can we trust? How about the internal dynamics between the leaders and Mary, Kevin, William? So we did a lot of checks. We asked friends from Huttons also on the ground. So we want to know how the inner workings are. And so far, the feedback before we came in were all very positive. We like the culture that because it also represents who we are as people. We don't just want to strive for success, but we want to win together. We want to win with honor. We want to fight a good battle. So we win on our terms. So out of all the firms, we found the most alignment here. I won't say it's perfect because there's no perfect place. But after we came in, we discovered a very good culture. The leaders are very welcoming. And we genuinely feel it. Of course, people can say, you are just getting to know them, you don't know them very well. But to us, we can feel people. We've been in this industry meeting people for so many years. We felt you also. Your answer when I asked you, why do you really want to do this, Mark?
Oh yeah.
When you can already retire, why do you want to do this? That moment
Yes.
in that boardroom, I won't say the answer because that's P&C, but that moment in the boardroom, really warmed my heart. And we thought, this is the place where we really want to base our business. We want to grow our people here. We see alignment.
I think we are in this people business, human capital. You know, as much as we say all this motherhood, you know, welcome, we can do this for you, we can do that for you. I think the reality is how people feel your sincerity, and then that authentic, that relevant part, that what you say is what you meant, and it just doesn't stop there. I'm always a believer that, you know, speak your heart out, but then don't trumpet your glory over others. Just be yourself, be relevant. Right. I think I must thank you, and together with your 3 other co-founder, Gary, Jackie, and Jay, and for joining us this ship and moving along. And for Rex, you know, for your last 8 years, I'm sure you have been sometimes in your lousy days, you don't get things that you wanted. You might, you know, think otherwise. I'm sure. Then how do you overcome this and still with us? Especially I'm 1 year old. Thank you for your support. I think in life we all are very nimble. We know what we want and we know how we should get things done, regardless of what rank you are. But I must be very thankful that you have stayed with me for the past 1 year, and I hope that the journey with us will be another good 5 years or 10 years where we
Many
can
more good years.
gather a larger family. You know what's our vision. Rex, please.
I think first of all, why I joined Huttons first was because of humble. It kind of matched and in line with what we are, because Huttons agents are well known for making a lot of money but being very humble, leading a more humble way, and it kind of in line with us because we are all family men and, you know, try to stay low, stay humble. So I think this kind of in line with us. And our big bosses are all very rich, but they're all very humble as well. Really, big money, and then and stay humble. I thought this is something that as a virtue is definitely a virtue. So humble. The second one would be humane. I heard about stories. I've witnessed it as well that we have fellow agents that whereby is a leader who got a stroke and how he's being well taken care by a company. So I thought the humane side, the charity portions, is something that after you have money, I think the humane side need to have as well and need to be ongoing. So the humane side. So the last one, we have humble, we have humane. What is the last H? Actually, just now maybe those that is live on Facebook might be see there's a hidden 4th P.
Hidden 4th P.
Peggy.
Peggy is one of the founder who together with Lok and very active in the market. I'll be honest with you, since Rex touched on this Peggy, you either hate her or you love her. Now, Peggy comes with a heart to get things done. But sometimes when you come with a heart too much, you know, people will see it as, wow, not fair, you know, they start like, why is it done like that? Fair to you, not fair to others. But I always believe that at the end of the day, you know, it's very difficult to balance what is fair. But more important is the decision making at the end point, hopefully, is a fair decision. But even if it's not fair, if it comes from the heart, you know, it can be appreciated by some, but by not many others. And that is where we need to engage and we need to explain and talk it out. I think it is this belief that all the founders believe that as much as we want to grow, I think the human touch, the bigger you are, similarly human touch will be distant apart. But over in Huttons, we are different. The bigger we are, that in fact, there are more human touches on the ground because many leaders are coming together to the ground to reach out to you. Today's session, you know, it's not about engaging with team, but it's also telling the public that I'm not just having this as a recruitment campaign, join Huttons, where later we have our email and mobile number, but more so to remind all the agents or those who wants to be agents, there is a family that is growing. To us, we welcome you. We have these 3 different personalities besides the 5 others that is with us. Every one of us are made differently. Look at the way Rex talk. Because he's young, that's why he's very relaxed and calm. He has something in him that he knows what he wants. From a nobody, in the last 15 years, he is someone, and yet he has that humbleness in him. We are all what we are. Last but not least, we are here today. He talks about, we have done well, we have many millionaires, we want to be humble. But me as the head of the company, sometimes I cannot be too humble. I just like to write on we have done well. For a family of just 3,000 agents then, before Nevis come on board, before we recruited some agents from here and there, has at today 3,000 agents. I have recorded 20 million air. No exaggeration, black and white. For 3,000 has at today, I have 20 million air. Though I'm not listed, but I have a record revenue. Why? It is not just me, one swallow. It takes many swallows to make a summer. Many leaders like Kevin, Rex, Stuart, and the hidden heroes and my 5 key leaders who are not here today. Today is just the first session to introduce. My next sessions on a monthly basis would have a touch point on relevant topics or what you want to hear. Send it to our Marcom head, Charmaine. Then we will talk it out to you. We share our own views. Not worried about what others think. Rex, Stuart, Kevin. Now, before I want to end this, I'd like perhaps you want to say a couple of few words to end this conversation. Rex, you want to take it off now?
Was there a last hitch?
There was a last
Oh, there was a last
I
hitch.
was waiting for it. But Mark brought up the H was hard. But I think the H in me was the hardworking. I see that IC behind Huttons IC especially. They are very hardworking individuals. That whereby I can say that across the industry, across all other agency, they are the most hardworking one, and they are the most committed and diligent one. So I think that's the last H that forms up the triple H of Huttons.
Hard work pays.
Yes. So humble, hard works, and
Hard.
hard can be one of them
Then
as well.
what is that?
Just now we talked about humble, hardworking. What's the other H?
Was it harmony? No?
Humanity.
Humanity.
Yeah.
So that's the 3
Nice
H.
one. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe I just also summarize a bit. Okay, for my I feel I got 3 points lah. Why? Yeah, also want to share also why I think I'm still with Huttons. I joined Huttons when I was barely 21. That means once I hit 21, I'm stuck with Huttons until today. And Mark also mentioned, surely during this journey you will have time where you want to you feel anguish. You would just want to come out of this industry or even come out of this company. But honestly, I don't have. Because I have 3 reasons why to substantiate. Of course, sometimes you'll be angry lah with things that is not happening your way.
Yeah.
But I think the first one is what everyone has touched about. It's the family spirit. So family spirit to me it's a very important element whereby we really feel one person needs to feel belong to a family. So in Huttons, I really felt this. I really feel this energy inside myself. So what do I mean by just family? I think number one is when you're being bullied, people will stand in front and people will, managers, bosses will come in and retaliate and stand in for you to fend off these offenders. And I think this is important, especially in this market whereby there is always a lot, there is this thing called, once you're in the resale market, it's really like a big ocean. There's sharks eating up all the small guppies, fish. So you need the protectors to be there, the lifeguard to really come in and protect these guppies who are the kind and the really professional workers. Sorry, I won't use guppy lah, but some are really guppies because they just started off. Then some bigger fish, but the buoya, the crocodiles, the sharks there are really there. So I think family spirit is one, and I really feel belong in Huttons itself. That's why over the last 20 years, I'm still with Huttons. And then number two, it's really the fun environment. So in Huttons itself, you are not restricted. You are the company gives you a lot of ability to do what you want to do, and you can really 发挥 what you want to develop. So I think this is important because this journey itself is my journey is really long, like almost 2 decades really. So and I'm a very I'm a very fun person. You know, it's a bit I need to shake one. So the thing is the whole thing is the journey has to be fun and entertaining, and so that it is not so sian. You know, when we are doing our sales and when we are receiving our information, we want more experience during this whole journey itself. I think this two basically wraps up the reasons why I'm still with Huttons over the last 20 years, and I'm looking forward to more 20 years. And then the last part is the truth. I don't know whether I can say it, but I'll just share which is I think Huttons has got the highest overriding payment in the whole industry. This is in my view.
Oh no, we are paying so much.
we are really the highest paying one to me, I feel. And when I was doing sales very well. I was literally the top, I think 1, 2, 3, top 1% in Huttons almost on a yearly basis when I was doing sales. I started, and I didn't want to do recruitment. So recruitment came to me as a double extra income. And then when I started looking at Hutton's overriding system, I think it's really one of the best in the industry. And that's when I started to do recruitment and sales. Today, I'm really doing a lot of back-end management. So sales, lesser, but still doing sales. Then the portion whereby, I think for those of you who are still missing out in recruitment, it is really a channel that you need to find out more. And if you want to find out more, please contact your managers, your bosses, or any Hutton's associates, so they can learn more and why recruitment is a double income for you.
Actually, what Kevin said is very relevant because for the past 1 year, when I look at it, you know, Huttons make more, but we give up more to the agents on the ground. I think that is something that is very different from others. But I must say that even though we have said many motherhood statements, which everybody will have to do it, you know, training with the heart, touch the ground, and then be yourself. All this, you know, is easy said than done. But what is more important is today's session. You realize that it's a very spontaneous sessions. In fact, when this gentleman asked me, you know, Mark, you know what it's going to be, we're going to get ourselves prepared. You know, I was just telling them, don't. Today is the first session. All I can tell you is, I just want you to be yourself, and questions that I want to ask is, what works, and why are you with us? You know, I want people to see who we are. You know, the authentic part of the new organizations. This will make us different from others. Small is beautiful, but for us to get to 4,000 by end of this year or early next quarter, we are not small or not big. And then for us to reach 5, 6, 7, 8, can we consider ourselves big? Big is just a number. I'd rather do big as my agents are productive. Today in the market, I have 3,000 agents, but my productivity of my agents are crossing 70,000 a year. If you check on the industry, is this a small achievement or is it a big achievement? I think it is a good enough achievement. Could be one of the highest in the market. Now, this is something that is not just Huttons, it's an organization, it's a word, but it's made up of leaders like Kevin, like Rex, like Stuart, and the other 5 leaders that is not here, which is Peggy, Mary, Jay, William, and Gary. Now I want to sum up, you know, this first conversation with all of you gentlemen, that I'm very, I felt very heartening to be with you all. 1 year and 6 days. You have asked me the question why I choose Huttons. If I'm going to tell you this, probably I will do it in my next month session with 3 of you all. Why do I decide to join Huttons and not moving back to a developer or other industry or choose another agency? That I'll leave it to the next sessions. If there's no further questions, in future we can even take questions my Marcom head will probably post this on Facebook Live. We will take questions, and then we will have how to help you along the way. Our contact number, our email will be given to you with the 3 gentlemen approval. Maybe we should say good day and enjoy your weekend. Friday is coming, and
Friday is
thank you very
coming.
much.
Time to work hard.